So hello students. Today we are going to learn about electric cells. So what is an electric cell? An electric cell is a device which converts chemical energy into electrical energy. It has two terminals which are made up of metal. One is positive and the other one is negative. When the two terminals are connected to an electrical device, current flows through it. So this is the diagram of a electrolytic cell. So how does a electric cell work? So in an electric cell, it is it converts stored chemical energy into electrical potential energy, allowing a current to flow from the positive terminal to the negative via an external circuit. The positive terminal is called cathode and the negative one is called anode. So where is electric cell used? So electric cells are used in appliances such as torch, calculator, radio, audio player, etc. etc. Which chemical is used in cell? So a simple electrochemical cell can be made from copper and zinc metals with solutions of their sulfates. In the process of the reaction, electrons can be transferred from the zinc to the copper through an electrically conducting path as a usual current, electric current. So general convention dictates that the cathode must be represented on the right hand side, whereas the anode should be on the left. So here are the key features of the cathode and the anode. So cathode should be denoted by positive sign and electrons are consumed here. A reduction reaction occurs in the cathode of an electrochemical cell. An electron moves into the cathode. So on the anode side, it is denoted by a negative sign. Electrons are liberated. Okay. An oxidation reaction occurs here. An electron moves out of the anode. So now we are going to study about types of cells. So primarily there are two types. One is called primary cells and other one is called secondary cells. So what are primary and secondary cells? So primary cells are the ones which cannot be recharged and have to be discarded after the expiration of the lifetime, whereas secondary cells need to be recharged. When the charge gets over, both the types of battery and are used extensively in various appliances, and these cells differ in size and material used in them. So secondary cell are also known as rechargeable batteries. They can be charged once the charge is over. Most of the primary batteries uh, are considered wasteful and environmentally harmful. Okay. So now we are going to read about types of electrochemical cell. So basically there are two types: galvanic cell, also known as voltaic cells, and electrolytic cells. So below is the characteristics. So voltaic cells are spontaneous and they convert chemical energy into electrical energy and uses active difference between two metals to create electricity. Okay, so electrolytic cells are non-spontaneous and they convert electrical energy into chemical energy and they work on electrolysis. So galvanic cell. So chemical energy is transformed into electrical energy in these electrochemical cells. The redox reactions that take place in these cells are spontaneous in nature. In these electrochemical cells, the anode is negatively charged and the cathode is positively charged. The electrons originate from the species that undergoes oxidation. Okay, so electrolytic cell. In this, energy is transformed into chemical energy. Okay, an input of energy is required for the redox reactions to proceed in these cells. These cells feature a positively charged anode and a negatively charged cathode, and electrons originate from an external source such as battery. So what is dry cell? So dry cell is one type of electric battery which is generally used for the home and portable electronic devices. So it's basically the cells which are coming in the market, AAA batteries, AA batteries, which we use in our daily life. So a dry cell is an electrochemical cell consisting of low moisture immobilized electrolytes in the form of a paste, which restricts it from flowing. Due to this, it is easily transportable. So what is the working principle of dry cells? So depending upon the nature of the dry cell, it can be classified as a primary cell and secondary cell. A primary cell is the one which is neither reusable nor rechargeable. Once the electrochemical reactions consume all the chemical reagents, they fail to produce electricity. On the other hand, secondary cell can be recharged by using battery chargers to regenerate the chemical reactions. So this is the diagram of the dry cell. So if you see the diagram closely, you can see a dry cell consists of a metal container in which a low moisture electrolyte paste covers the graphite rod or a metal electrode. Generally, the metal container will be zinc, whose base acts as a negative electrode, that is anode, and a carbon rod acts as a positive electrode, that is cathode, and it is surrounded by manganese dioxide and low moisture electrolyte like ammonium chloride paste, which will produce a maximum of 1.5 volt. Okay, so now we will read about lead acid battery. So what is a lead acid battery? So the lead acid battery is one of the oldest types of rechargeable batteries. These batteries were invented in the year 1859. So despite having small energy to volume ratio and a very low energy to weight ratio, its ability to supply high surge contents reveal that the cells have a relatively large power to weight ratio. So this is the diagram, schematic diagram for lead acid battery. So the lead acid batteries can be classified as secondary batteries. The chemical reactions that occur in these secondary cells are reversible. The reactant that generate an electric current in these batteries via chemical reactions can be regenerated by passing current through the battery. That is called recharging. So they can be recharged. So now we come upon solar cells. So solar cell is a device that directly converts the energy of light into electrical energy and through the photovoltaic effect. Solar cells or photovoltaic cells are made based on the principle of photovoltaic effect. They convert sunlight into current. So silicon crystals are laminated into p-type and n-type layers stacked on top of each other. Light striking the crystal induces photovoltaic effect, and this in turn generates the electricity. So now we come upon advantages of solar cells. So solar cells provide economy friendly energy. Solar cell provide a great opportunity to create savings on your electricity bill. The most important thing is that it is truly renewable energy source and the maintenance cost also is very less. So these are how solar cells look. So what is a battery? A very simple definition is a connected group of electrochemical cells that store electric charge and generates direct current through the conversion of chemical energy into electrical energy is called battery. What is a cell? A cell is a single unit device which converts chemical energy into electric energy, and depending upon the types of electrolytes used, a cell is either reserve wet or dry types. So that's it for today's, and you guys need to read in detail about cell and battery when you have time. Thank you.